Welcome back. Today marks a somber day in U.S. history. If you were alive when it happened, you probably remember where you were. On January 20th in 1986, the Space Shuttle Challenger exploded during liftoff. It happened 73 seconds after launching, killing all 7 crew members on board. NASA suspended its popular Space Shuttle program for nearly 3 years, investigating what went wrong. All right, as you know, it is just horrifically cold outside as you look live at Southfield and 696. The forecast, though, calls for even colder temperatures, especially on Friday, which might include more school closures. Hey, Ash.
Now, forewarned weather with Exact Track 4D.
Well, let's go ahead and get to your weather story, as we could be picking up about a dusting to a half of an inch today when it comes to a few flurries in the forecast. But even though we're out of the dangerous cold for today, don't get me wrong, it's still bitterly cold. We have the possibility of the dangerous cold making a pretty quick comeback with wind chill readings. It'll be about 15 below zero overnight tonight, and maybe even colder than 20 below zero heading into Friday morning. In fact, air temperatures fall below zero come Friday morning, not even factoring in the wind. So we can definitively say we'll be rounding out the month of January with more blue on the calendar here and wrapping up the month with more below average days than anything else. So it's been a really cold January and snowy as well. And we'll pick up a few more flurries this afternoon. A few lake effect snow bands could bring a quick burst of snow, very light minor accumulations, but very much like yesterday, you get a few breaks in the clouds and you think, hey, the sun's starting to peek out, and then boom, you get some of that snow, creates a few slick spots, and then it quickly fizzles out. And it'll be overall a colder day today than yesterday, air temperature wise. So a quick look at the snow chances as we head throughout the afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock especially. You have those scattered little flurries draping the area, fizzles out by the evening, and we do start to peel back some of those clouds. But the headline over the next couple of days will continue to be the bitter cold. By tomorrow morning, not factoring in winds, 1 below zero, air temperatures falling to 7 below zero Friday. Friday is the coldest day of the week, and I think that brings you the higher chances of school closings because those wind chills will be also factor in the mix. And then 5 below zero without a wind chill comes Saturday morning. So starting to climb out of it next week. But as we zip through your wind chill forecast this afternoon, some areas might get in the low single digits for those feels like temperatures at best, but the air temperature will be colder than what it was yesterday. Now, wind chill forecast by tomorrow morning, 15, 20 to 20 below zero, and we could be anywhere from 15 to 25 below zero in spots come Friday morning and staying sub-zero in the afternoon. So with these type of temperatures, and they only really have to be at or below 20 degrees, but we're talking well below that threshold, we have the threat for frozen pipes. Hopefully you haven't dealt with this yet, but now if you haven't done any precautions, now's the time to be doing this because it's a household hazard as that cold air can cause the pipes and the exterior walls to freeze so that water expands when frozen and the pipes burst. So you want to make sure that you are opening up your kitchen and bathroom cabinets. Some more tips for you. Consider some insulation materials for those exposed walls. But if you can't do that, you want to make sure that you are letting cold water drip through your faucets. And also, if you're going on vacation, don't leave your heat lower than 55 degrees because that will also lead to just those pipes freezing a lot quicker. Tracking the cold over the next 3 days, that Arctic air moves into the Midwest and the Northeast today. Extreme cold continues for the northern tier of the U.S. for tomorrow. That polar vortex starts to weaken a bit in the Northeast on Friday, but not for us across the Great Lakes, as that's our coldest day of the week. But I do want to draw your attention down south because maybe you have some loved ones that are snowbirds. Well, they're dealing with freezing temperatures as well. From Texas to Florida today and tomorrow, freezing temps that could lead to some iguanas falling from the trees. Otherwise, this weekend, if you're traveling to the eastern seaboard, we do have a close eye on a potential winter storm that could bring some accumulating snow from the Carolinas up into the New England region. Here close to home, forewarned weather alert Friday due to the extreme cold, but we're back in the 20s going into next week.